Hi, I'm Michael Rose from Five9, and welcome to this week's episode of Take5 with Five9. Joining me today is Steve Fioretti from Oracle. You're the Vice President of CX ISV Strategic Alliances. That's a mouthful, Steve, as you know, but it's great to see you again, and welcome to the program. I think one thing that's common to all this, of course, Steve, is the power of cloud. You know, it's shown to be extremely agile, very flexible during this time. And, you know, many businesses that didn't have a cloud-based platform probably struggled at the beginning of this pandemic, for sure.
Without question. Can you imagine if this happened, and even before they were struggling, and if this happened and you were tied to an on-premise telephony system? Mm-hmm. I mean, you're in big trouble. And you know, having Five9 and Oracle as leading cloud companies to be able to stand up that distributed environment quickly, seamlessly with, you know, rich capabilities is critical. They've been out of luck.
Yep.
I talked about a couple things, a few other thoughts. The explosion of messaging channels. You know, while the phone is, you know, we did a podcast before where we talked about the phone. By no means is the phone going away as an important channel. The kinds of calls that are getting to the agent in the contact center are perhaps more complex or richer experiences, and things like digital self-service and chatbots are sort of heading off the routine. But a channel that we're both seeing explode is the messaging channel. Mm-hmm. No surprise here. I mean, it's another channel that consumers are used to doing and using in their personalized lives, and they want, guess what? They want to not have to change as they interact with brands. And you're even seeing some of this in the B2B world as well. They're familiar, they're easy. It's really easy to go back and forth in an asynchronous way. And so you're seeing an explosion of Facebook Messenger, Apple Business Chat, WhatsApp, and, you know, WeChat, and the long tail of messaging platforms is the way to interact with the customer service organization. So that's another thing that's happening.
Well, I think consumers there too, they want you to engage them where they, you know,
where they are. Exactly right.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Now, Steve, I was just going to say, you touched on CX Summit before, and we've of course got a little plug for it over my shoulder. It's our virtual event on September 16. Still plenty of time for people to register to go. Now, you will be on main stage appearing. So again, as always, we thank you and Oracle for participating, and you'll be part of Anand Chandrasekaran's keynote. What can we look forward to from yourselves at this event?
Well, you know, I have a short cameo, which I really appreciate from you. I'm going to just expound upon what we're doing together as a company. It's a very short engagement. What we're doing together as partners, you know, mention some of the great customers we have today. Some of them are new ones like Razer, which is a really cool gaming company that we just both closed together and are deploying together, as well as, you know, brands like Lululemon and Bissell, and others like that. Total Wine's a great customer. I'll probably joke there that I think I'm personally keeping Total Wine in business during the pandemic. I think what's going on.
Many of us are.
And then I'm going to talk about also, again, ever so briefly, you know, we work together in the customer service domain and have lots of customers there. But there's a new opportunity, which, by the way, is a new trend, and the changing role of the sales organization. So think about this. A lot of organizations a lot of customers or prospects, when they get to a sales rep, are much more educated. They've learned 70 to 80% about your products, your services, your brand before they even get to a rep. And you can imagine that changes the nature of the relationship that you have. And so those sales reps have to be trusted advisors. They have to be prescriptive, analytical. And so it's really important to have tooling that enables that. And related to that, before the pandemic, this role of inside sales or digital sales was really growing. Well, guess what? It seems like everyone now is an inside salesperson, right? Just given what's going on. That'll morph back to some hybrid model, but that inside or digital selling role is going to be critically important. I wonder if the 3 martini lunch will be a thing of the past. But we're working together to integrate Five9 and a product we call Oracle Digital Sales for that persona, that seller. And we've got our first win together at a company called Rico, and we're really psyched about deploying that and making them successful. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. And
excellent.
So.
And as we said, Virtual CX Summit is coming up on September 16, and Steve will be there talking